YouTube, the Blind Wizard here, and as par for the course at this point. Dun, 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 dun. I just got a note. I just got a note. I just got a note. What does the boss want now? Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Blind Wizard. As you may or may not know, yes, I did know you watched the channel update video. He did? He saw that I saw the video? Boss, you weren't supposed to see that. That was supposed to be just between me and no one. How did you even get that footage? What? Regardless, I do not mind the way you reacted. In fact, I think it's totally natural for you to react that way, and it's okay. It's okay. Being forgetful is part of your nature, and it's honestly a part of your charm. What? It's a part of my charm? You people like it when I forget things? Does it come off as funny? I'm not trying to be funny if that's the case. And because of that, you must be aware that the prediction princess is now only going to be Peach. Yeah, I knew that much. So starting today with the next 2 episodes of DanDaDan Season 2, because you fell behind, but that wasn't your fault, that was Patreon's fault. Okay, well at least there's something around here that wasn't my fault. So she will be joining you back for this episode and all of your reactions moving forward. Please try your hardest not to forget her again. Another thing you should know, even though you probably also know because you watched the video, you'll be getting your own unique jingle that will be at the beginning of all of your videos. Please submit ideas to the boss, which would be the one who wrote this note. I don't know why he likes to speak about himself that way, but okay, boss. Please submit ideas to me, he should have said, and I will create your unique jingle to start off your videos. Of course, you won't be the only one, as the Ref and the Tokustroyer will get their own as well. Keep up the good work, Joey the boss. Well, with that all said and done, we are back with the next episode of DanDaDan Season 2, and, but that also means I'll be going right from this episode to the next one in quick succession. They won't be the same video, even though I'm known to do multi-episode videos. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, a staple of this channel is also random videos that have more than one episode attached to them, but for this, it's just going to be episode 3. The next one to come out after this one will be episode 4, of course. And of course, who's joining me back? But if you've watched the video, you should already know. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Peach. Prediction Princess Peach. Wait a minute, why didn't I just always use Peach from the beginning? The PPP. The Prediction Princess Peach. That flows off the tongue better than Prediction Princess Daisy. Sorry to Daisy, I mean, she left on those good-ish terms. I really hope she doesn't insult my brother again. Wait. My brother? No. I don't have a brother. The boss has a brother. Oh. Forgetful again. And I already promised the boss that I would do better. Well, in any case, we're back for the next episodes of DanDaDan Season 2, and she'll be back for every video of mine moving forward. I promise this time I won't forget that she is a part of the team. I'm sorry. I will promise to do better this time. In any case, next time you see us will be the post-episode discussion. And abracadabra alakazam. Okay, post-episode discussion time. Wow. What an episode. Which was primarily just full of Okarun versus Evil Eye Jiji. And you know what? Whoa. Okay. What an episode. That was incredible action. It's par for the course with DanDaDan at this point. And the usual kind of scenario of how to solve our current crisis. So Momo gets launched back to the surface and tries to figure out a plan, and then she decides, yeah, let's put the whole house on fire. That way people will get to the house and we could get help. Not accounting for the fact that she technically set the house on fire on purpose, and they have the realistic reaction of, we're going to have to take you into custody and contact your guardian and take care of the situation before the giant worm decides to go to the surface as well and do what's called a worm suicide. Because of the whole, they don't like the sun, because they breathe through their skin, and they don't like the UV rays, and so our worm problem kind of got sorted out already, while Okarun also found Turbo Granny being stuck by the worm's digestive juices. Ugh. Oh. Did anyone else feel sick just watching the worm throw up? Ugh. Ugh. And why was that family alive? Come on. They got eaten by the worm. Why couldn't they have been digested? It's not that I truly care one way or the other, but they did technically, ruin generations of people's lives. Now, at the end of the episode, they kind of did confirm there was a great serpent, which is funny because I predicted that a couple episodes ago that the worm wasn't the real problem. There was something else there, a real problem. And it's funny because you think the evil eye has something to do with this, when it probably is just a third party to all of this, even though its backstory last episode is a result of that family just being assholes and sacrificing people. So the evil eye technically does have something to say about this. So it's going to be interesting going into that next episode. But, man, that Okarun beatdown on Jiji, I think I said it in the reaction itself, but that felt like the new age equivalent of Giorno's 7-page Muda, you know? That's literally what it felt like. And if that's what they were going for, good job. I loved every second of it. DanDaDan just is fun, but there are definitely moments that get you feeling a little worried, because the end of this episode has me worried, because tension. A real great serpent might be coming forth. We might be facing the biggest crisis since having to deal with the crab. Which, if you think about it, yeah, that is the last time we had to deal with something monstrously huge. Well, no. What about Nessie? Well, no, the Nessie situation kind of got weird because it was Nessie combined with a Seropian, those dudes that I'm not even sure if I want them to come back ever at all. And then it was another, was it just the Seropian and the Nessie that combined together? Which I still don't even know how that happened. But that, once again, I'm thinking this Great Serpent's going to be a much bigger deal. In other words, in other news, I should say, for the episode, the Prediction Princess She came in clutch. She had a really good prediction. First time in a while, and I'm glad she's able to tolerate me again. But her prediction was that Jiji and the Evil Eye are gonna like become a part of our crew that we're slowly building up of our friend group with powers, because it was like literally the case with Ira and Acrobat Silky. So I don't see any fault in that prediction at all, because there's already a precedent set. But in that case, the precedent, that was a surprise. Acrobat Silky being with Ira was a complete and utter surprise. I was surprised at that reveal, because I genuinely did not see it coming. But this is different. The Evil Eye's now been in Gigi's body for 2 episodes now. And when you have a design like that you also put in the trailers before the season drops, let's just say that this is definitely something sticking around. And if I'm being honest, I prefer Jiji over Ira. I just would never want to interact with a girl or a woman that's like Ira, ever. So, no. No. But that's the cool thing with DanDaDan. It's writing its characters, like, it knows it's a shonen series, so it definitely knows to go for those story beats that some people would expect from a shonen. But it does it in such a way that these characters feel like real people. And I think the last time a shonen felt like that for me was no, I guess if I'm to cover like everything that's on the channel, because to be fair, I also watch the channel videos because the other guys do good work. But I think the last shonen that was on this channel that had the same character writing that DanDaDan has was Undead Unluck. And I know those are 2 vastly different series, but they both have this great characterization that, like, for example, Momo's friends. I know that they're not relevant here, but they are relevant whenever we're at the school. Her friends see Momo with Okarun as good for her because Momo has been established to be in terrible relationships before. And as soon as they see that she's having fun hanging out with Okarun, they're immediately on the ship that they are good together. Which, that goes against a very, like, outdated trope in shonen, where the best friends to the main characters, if that's the point of the relationship with those characters, they would usually be, like, against it, or they wouldn't know, or they'd be jealous, or etc. In this situation, they are Momo and Okarun's biggest supporters. And I love that. And then look at Ira. She had this typical, like, trashy, arrogant opinion of herself. Then what happens? Momo decides to drop a wash bin on her. What happens what happens after that? Ira gets delusional is literally a title of one of the previous videos I reacted to. Ira gets delusional. Literally. So my point is, Jiji at the moment is another great example. So I'm just crossing my fingers for any future characters that get added to our squad, that they bring not just a new dynamic, but they bring something that makes them not just interesting, but to me at least, someone who can add a synergy to our team. Someone who is not unlikable. Because I know every series has that character that you meet and they go through this arc, because that's how this works, but there's always this one character in a story, and mostly shonen have this to a varying degree, where you have a character that goes through a very defining arc that changes how they act with the other main characters from their beginning to the end, right? That's literally Vegeta in a nutshell. But I'm just hopeful DanDaDan doesn't need that trope. And if it does, that Aira is the only one. Please. I rambled long enough about the entirety of the show up to this episode. Let's actually get to the next episode. I have it. Let's go. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure to join the Patreon. And of course, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.